Developing right now, D.C.'s police chief, frustrated and angry, says stop making assumptions about the shooting death of a 13-year-old boy.
Yeah, Karon Blake, he was shot Saturday morning in the Brookland neighborhood of Northeast D.C. A killing that has upset people in that community. Police know who did it, but have not arrested that man yet. We did learn more about the shooter tonight. DC News Now, the only station to bring you the entire news conference live from the Martin Luther King Jr. building. Our Daniel Hamburg is there live now. And Daniel, that police chief tonight was visibly fired up.
Yeah, Chris, this is the most angry and frustrated I have seen him in quite some time. He's mainly frustrated about the misinformation swirling online about the shooter. There have been community groups trying to track down exactly who this is. What Chief Contee said is that announcing that person's name could jeopardize this case. They are working closely with the U.S. Attorney's Office here in D.C. to make a case here to figure out whether or not the shooter should be charged. What we can tell you is that police were called to the scene. They found the man who shot Karon Blake doing CPR. They actually said that the man who shot him called 911 as well. He was doing CPR on the scene. They say at this point there is just not enough information to go and arrest him. I asked why on the initial police report that there was listed a charge of murder 2, which means that at some point, according to an attorney I talked with, there could have been a premeditation, not initially, but to pick up a gun and shoot somebody. So that murder 2 charge could be on the table here. A grand jury will decide that. But take a listen to what Chief Contee had to say when I asked him why this man was not arrested on the spot when police arrived.
If our police officers felt like there was probable cause in consultation with the U.S. Attorney's Office, that this is a case that will be able to move forward through the justice system at that time, then an arrest can be made. There are a lot of cases that happen in our city where arrests are not immediately made because all of the facts are not known.
And Chief Contee said that it would be doing a disservice to the family of Karon Blake to release that man's name. He says that it is a black man who shot Karon Blake. There had been a lot of speculation whether race was a factor in this case, in the shooting, or whether race was a factor in police not releasing his name. What Contee said was that this man was not former law enforcement, as some people have been speculating. He has been cooperating with police, but Contee says the shooter now has an attorney. But the main point that Contee wants to get across is, as my colleague Marielle Carbone reported last night, that there were community groups looking to go through that street where this shooting happened to find the shooter. Contee says there have been images circulating online of potential suspects in this case, and he says that needs to stop.
Imagine if it was your picture beside his and people showed up at your house with half information. That's unacceptable. Let the police do the police job. We'll do what it is we need to do to investigate.
And Contee says that they, again, are working closely with the U.S. Attorney's Office. This will eventually go to a grand jury, we're told, where that grand jury will decide if and what charges should be brought against the shooter. What we can tell you also is Contee says this man did have a registered gun and he did have a concealed carry permit. At this point, Contee says there is no reason to take that permit away from the man.